Okay, so once you're all logged back in, what you're going to want to do is go down to your applications bar, open Final Cut Pro just like you would any other program. It's clapboard, says Final Cut Pro, you can't miss it. So open it, and especially if it's your first time opening it, it'll take a couple minutes at the most to open, even if your system's kind of slow. So I've already got it open here on other windows to save some time. So an important thing with Final Cut Pro to make it run the best is you're going to want to have an external hard drive of some sort to run as your scratch drive, which is where Final Cut Pro writes all its render files, audio render files, just all the behind the scenes stuff. It writes on other drive. It is possible to run it all off just your main machine's hard drive, but Final Cut doesn't like to play nice that way. So to make it cooperate the way you want, you're going to want to set a new scratch drive before you do anything else in Final Cut. So once you have your external hard drive connected, you go Final Cut Pro, System Settings, and you'll see right here, first tab is Scratch Disks. You want to make sure you have video, all these things checked off, and then you hit Set, and you'll be able to choose your hard drive. As you can see, I've already got it set to TARDIS, which is my external hard drive. Okay, so once you have that, you're going to want to bring in your footage. So you go File, Import. If you're just bringing in one or two clips, or just a handful that you're going to pick yourself, you can just hit Files, or just hit shortcut Apple I, them yourself. Or in the case we're going to do here, go Folder, bring in a whole folder of clips. So you click Folder, and then it'll go to wherever your last open folder is, which it's the same as opening a document in Word or any of those other programs. So mine's on my external hard drive. Scroll down to the file you want, which I have highlighted here somewhere, right here, Flood ProRes. Hit Choose, and then as you can see, the folder shows up here in your browser. And if you just open it up, there's all your clips that are in the folder, plus any audio that you have. First off, as you can see here, these are just a list of clips. There's no thumbnails, not really any way to know what they are unless you label them beforehand, which you'd have to be very organized, which I don't know many people who would do that. So if you want to see what a clip is before you do anything to it, just double click on it, and it'll show up here in your viewer window, and then you can just play it. Okay, and then also really important, in this window, if you hit your I, you'll set your endpoint, which is where the video will start playing when you bring it into your timeline. Then you can play it some more, or just scrabble on timeline, put it down here so you want, and hit O, which will set your out point, which is where the clip ends on your timeline. So once you have your in and out point set in your viewer, you're happy with the clip, so when you want to start with, you can either grab it here in the window, or right here from your browser. Doesn't matter, either one, your in and out points will stay, and then just drag it down to your timeline and drop it down. It's important that you see it be black filled in like that, not an outline like that when you're putting a clip in, so do it like that. Hit yes, this will just automatically set up your project to be the same settings as your raw footage you're bringing in, which in most cases is what you want. So click yes. And there the clip's in, and now as you can see, it because it's on the timeline, it shows up in your canvas screen. The canvas reflects directly what is on your timeline. It'll be what your final product looks like, whereas the viewer is your raw footage from the browser. And then if you can scrub your clip through on the timeline, as you can see, as I'm moving it at the bottom, it's moving in the canvas. So there's your one clip, and then let's bring in another one. That's this one. Sure. And it's important to note that much like iTunes or any movie player program, if you just hit spacebar, it'll start and stop your clip. So let's set an endpoint here and endpoint there. That'll work. And then once again, drag it down the timeline, and it'll lock right up. As you can see, this clip was longer than how much space we had to be able to view in the timeline. So to view your entire timeline, just hit Shift Z. Sorry, you have to have your timeline selected, then hit Shift Z, and as you can see, it now fits the entire timeline in. And if you noticed, when I brought the clip down, it automatically, there's those lines that showed up in between the two clips, they automatically snap together. That's because if you can see, I have this little green button highlighted right here that turns snapping on and off. To control that, you can either click on it or just hit your N key, so that when it's like that, it's off, so that snapping's on, and when it's off, you can do whatever you want with the clip, and then when it's on, it'll snap together. Okay, so let's do that. And actually, this clip's kind of long, so let's do our first editing trick. So let's say you want to get rid of the middle of it, so we go, let's see, say there's that road sign there, right here, say we don't want that to be on our clip. So just scrub back a little bit, either using your mouse or you can just use your back arrow key. There, it's out of the clip. So then we'll go with this tool here, our blade tool. You can either click on it or just hit your B key, which as you can see it's on. Then you'll take it, as you can see your mouse turns a little razor blade when you're over the footage. You can go for right where your playhead is, click that, and now it'll cut it into 2 separate clips. And if you want now to cut the rest of that sign out, cut out a different section of it, you can go get your arrow key again, which either you can click on it again or just hit A and put it about where you think the sign's gone. I think I'm way past it. And the same as before, you can just use your mouse, or your arrow key, sorry. There it is, gone. So we'll hit B to go back to our blade tool, cut there, and then hit arrow key again. Click on the section of video that you just cut out and hit your delete key, and it'll be gone. And now let's say at the same time we don't want the audio for this clip, where you can either cut it out. If we just want this chunk to be gone, we can either cut it out the way we just did the footage using the blade tool, or click on the audio and just hit your delete key. And now there's this space here, and you can either drag or click back and it'll snap back to where it should go, or even quicker, just click the empty space, hit delete, and as long as there's no other footage blocking that space, it'll close itself off. Okay, so now let's put in another clip. Let's see, what's this one? Oh, this one's good. And this one, let's just bring the whole clip in, not worry about any notes. So drop it in, it snaps. And let's get rid of the audio on this one too, just because we don't need it. And let's get rid of the audio on this first clip too, just so it's easier to work with. Okay, so for now, play it. We'll go right from one clip to the next without a problem. Now if you don't like where this clip ends and in the exact point where it transitions on the other clip, which you can see once again using your arrow keys. And another tip, if you want to see go the exact end of a clip, you hit your down key on your arrow, and you want to go the exact beginning of the clip, you hit your up key. So that puts us right at the transition between the 2 clips. So if we want to make slight adjustments to that, take away from one and pull the other one back a little bit, you can just get this tool right here as our roll tool, and you can either click on it again or just hit your R and click on it right on the transition between the 2, and just click and drag. Now as you can see, we made this first clip here longer while taking away from the second clip. So when you play it through, it now represents that in your transition. You can see it visually. Okay, so we'll go back to our arrow tool. Okay, now let's bring another clip, and let's bring another couple clips, and we'll use the audio in them just so we can play around with that a little bit. I want also to note that when in your timeline, if you want to scrub along it without Shift Z making it the whole size, you could just scroll along same as you would any other sideways bar on a website or anything. So let's grab this one. Once again, just for this, I'm not even going to look at what the clips are. Just drag them in. And we'll grab this one. Slap them together. Okay. So already we can see this clip has a lot of wind. It's pretty noisy. So you hit this button down here, looks like the 2 little mountains. Click on that, and it'll bring these little pink lines. They'll show up on your video clip. That controls the max level of the clip, how loud or how soft it is. So we'll drag it down a little bit. And there, it's quieter. And let's see what this clip's like. Okay, it's also pretty loud, so we'll do the same thing, bring it down. Oops, sorry. Get down to the same level, and yeah, so we brought those 2 clips in, and now I'm just going to make it work easier, take a little off of that. Sorry. And a little off that, snap it, and take a little off the beginning here. And a little off the beginning here. Snap them. Okay, so if you want to do audio transitions between 2 clips, there's 2 methods you can use. The first is to go up to your effects tab in your browser, go to audio transitions, which I already have open, and go crossfade 0 decibels, drag that down between the 2 clips and drop it, and as you can see, it puts a little transition there. It's visually represented, and when you scrub through it, it fades nicely from one to the other. The other option you can use is, if you want to get rid of a transition, you just click on it, delete, it's gone. The other transition you use, you want to get more manual. So you can hit P to bring up your pen tool, click a point on your pink line around there and on the end, and then when you go over your end clip, you'll see your cursor turn to a little plus sign and just drag it down. And go in there, drag it down. And now it won't be as nice, but you just put a fade into your clip. The same method can be used for doing transition between video clips. If you go just to video transitions, and there's a whole ton more. I have dissolve open, so we go cross dissolve, drop it on there, and now if you play it, it'll cross dissolve right one and the other. Okay, so Command S, then Shift Z so we can see our whole thing. Go back to our arrow tool, and then go to top of the clip. If you're using a computer with a full keyboard, you hit the home key, or if you're using a MacBook, sorry, your only real option is to click at the very first clip and then just hit your up arrow, or you can remap the keys, but it's a little too complicated for this video, so I'll just do that, go up, there at the very start of the clip, and then if we want to review it, we'll hit spacebar, hit play. Okay, so as you can see when we play this first clip, it's really shaky, going all over the place. One way to fix that is to go under Video Filters, then open up the file at the bottom called Video, scroll down, and you'll see this one here called Smooth Cam. Just drag it onto your clip, and then it'll work. For longer clips, or if your computer's working hard, it'll take quite a while longer. We go through, and now when you play it, as you can see, it's much smoother. So anyway, our clip. So we're happy with how our movie looks. We got some nice transition at the end. Just go to the beginning. So as I said before, let's go to the front. And good movies need titles. So we'll go here, hit the little A under your viewer window, go down to text, and then just hit text. As you can see, screens go to sample text. Go up to your tab, hit Controls, and where it says sample text, you can put in what you want it. So let's call it "This is my movie," and now we'll hit back to video, and it's in the middle, and then you just drag it down, drop it there. It'll be, if you want it on top of your clips, then you're done. You can resize it like any other movie clip, drag it, whatever. Or if you want to have some black at the beginning, you'll take it, hit this little guy here, the arrow key, or just hit your T tool and hit it 4 times till you have the 2 arrows pointing towards the end, and just click. It'll highlight everything, including your text. So hit your arrow to go back to your arrow key, hold Command and click on your text, and then take all the other clips will still be highlighted, drag them, and as you can see, it'll snap right to your text. And now there you go, it's playing on its own before your movie starts. And there you go. Okay, once you have a basic movie we're happy with, we're good. And you want to kick it out to have it a movie you can show your friends. So just we'll save it again. And go File, Export, QuickTime Movie. Or your desktop, name whatever you want, so we'll just call it My Movie. You want current settings, audio and video. Just leave everything else the way it is and hit save. And it'll work. And once you let that finish, you'll have a movie on your desktop, just like it'll be a regular QuickTime file. You do whatever you want with it. Well, that's the basics of making a really simple, quick movie in Final Cut. As it is a pro program, and as you paid a pretty hefty price for it, there is obviously tons and tons of more stuff you can do with this program. As I said, this is just the very basics, but you can make very professional movies in this. It just takes a lot of time, a lot of practice, but it's once you get the hang of it, it's like riding a bike. It's easy to do. The only thing I can stress more importantly is learn the keyboard shortcuts and then just practice, 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 and you'll get where you want to go. But keyboard shortcuts will be important because once you get going, they'll make your life so much easier because you'll be able to fly through the program so much quicker. They're what professionals live and die on. And then practice, as with anything else, it's just how you get better at something. So there you go. We have a basic movie in Final Cut. So I hope you like it. Thank you.